Hi, I just kind of want to do a general video introducing Sikhism and Jainism. Sometimes Sikhism is called Sikhism, and sometimes Jainism is called Jainism. It's kind of just how you pronounce it. I usually I learned Sikhism and Jainism, but kind of goes wherever. As far as the two religions go, they're both from India, and they're both highly influential religions within India. They're not huge religions. Hinduism is probably the most dominant, and probably some sort of Hindu orthodoxy, although that's a little bit, as we know, a little bit up in the air. But Jainism and Sikhism are both religions practiced by a lot of people who are very powerful. Oftentimes they went into business, trade, politics, things like that. And so the people who practice these religions have a very big role. And so we kind of may look to them more, not because of the fact that they're huge religions, but because those religions and the adherents of it are very influential on Indian culture and in the world. For example, Mahatma Gandhi he's oftentimes associated with Hinduism. I think he probably would say he was a Hindu, but a lot of things show that his family and his life, he was more uh, of a Jain. He practiced Jainism. His family was from the Jain religion, and so likely he was a Jain. Um, as far as other things go, so he was probably a Jain, and and he was very powerful, very influential. I don't know if he's powerful. He's powerful, but he was influential. Gandhi is sort of seen probably about the equivalent of maybe how Lincoln is seen. Every town, every little city, everything's named after Lincoln around here, and that's because of the influence of Lincoln. And the same thing is probably true with Gandhi. It's very powerful, very influential, and he was a Jain, so we probably need to look at Jainism. It's not like there were billions of people in either of these religions. There's only a few million, maybe less than 5% of the population on either religion, but the fact is they are very influential in Indian culture. Sikhism, on the other hand, comes from an area in northern India where there was a lot of conflict between Muslims and Hindus, and it kind of emerged as sort of seen as a combination of kind of some of the rules and strictures and the sort of setting rules on how to practice the faith that is common in Hinduism. There's a very clear set of pillars. I'm sorry, in Islam, there's the pillars and things like that. So it has that kind of there's a set rule or way of practicing the religion, but there's also an embrace of spirituality on the other side. And so a lot of people practice that religion, and it's very influential. There are a lot of people in the United States. They're usually very recognizable. In the United States, oftentimes one thing is like a lot of the males take on the name Singh, Singh. It's like Vijay Singh, the golfer. Sometimes, I mean, see that name sometimes, but you also see like they'll wear turbans. They'll oftentimes have beards, but most recognizably, even if they don't have that, they usually have a silver bracelet on their wrist, and they usually have a silver comb in their hair. They usually carry a little dagger, although a lot of times it's just a necklace and something small because obviously you can't really carry a dagger around. And so that's kind of Sikhism, or I'm sorry, yeah, Sikhism in a nutshell. I mean, I'll give a little bit more in the next video, but I kind of just want to introduce it. These religions, like I said, are not huge religions, but they're highly influential. There's only a few million adherents to either of them, but the people who are adherents to them are people who have done a lot and influenced society very significantly.